Of course I was surprised when the couple came to the church to arrange the wedding ceremony. I hardly knew Lucas Jessen Petersen, but that same day I learned that his family were totally opposed to the union. They weren't just against the marriage, they were against the church as well. Athena had always intrigued me. Ever since she first started coming to the church, it seemed to me that she had one clear ambition: to become a saint. Only very strong souls allow themselves to be swept along, and Athena was a strong soul. So strong that she spent hours in deep contemplation. I can still remember the first time I heard her. I understood once again that the grandeur of God reveals itself through simple things.
When I come here to praise the Virgin with my music, I'm simply sharing my feeling with her. I'm a vessel in which divine energy can make itself manifest. And that energy is asking me now to have a child. I'm only happy when I think that God exists and it's listening to me. But that isn't enough to go on living when nothing seems to make sense. I pretend happiness I don't feel. I hide my sadness only for those who love me and care about me. Recently, I have even considered suicide. At night, before I go to sleep, I have long conversation with myself, praying for this idea to go away. It would be such an escape, an act of ingratitude, a way to spread misery and tragedy over the earth. But now I'm beginning to weaken. I know I have a mission which I have long rejected, and now I must accept it. That mission is to be a mother. If I don't feel life growing inside me, I'll never be able to accept life outside me.
I knew that she and Lucas were having difficulties, but until that week, these had all seemed merely the sort of misunderstandings that all couples have. I hoped that, sooner or later, they would resolve their differences. Then came that fateful Sunday. I learned what had happened during the week. One of the parishioners told me. I spent several nights praying for an angel to bring me inspiration and tell me whether I should keep my commitment to the church or to flesh and blood men and women. When no angel appeared, I contacted my superior, and he said that the only reason the church has survived is because it's always been rigid about dogma, and if it started making exceptions, we'd be back in the Middle Ages. I knew exactly what was going to happen.
What's going on?
We talk later. We talk later. We talk later. Martina,
Can't you see? You're humiliating me in front of everyone.
there are people behind you.
A curse on this place! A curse on all those who never listened to the word of Christ and who have transformed his message into a stone building. For Christ said, "Come to me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest." Well, I'm heavy laden, and they won't let me come to him. Today I've learned that the church has changed those words to read. Come to me, all you that follow our rules, and let the heavy laden go hang. I swear I never set foot in a church ever again. You are just like those who deny to take in the Holy Family, like those who deny Christ where he most needed a friend.
I think of the many Athenas and Lucases in the world who are divorced, and because of that can no longer receive the sacrament of the Eucharist. All they can do is contemplate the suffering, crucified Christ and listen to his words. Words that are not always in accord with the laws of the Vatican. I like to imagine that when she left the church, Athena met Jesus. Weeping and confused, she would have thrown herself into his arms, asking him to explain why she was being excluded just because of a piece of paper she'd signed, something of no importance on the spiritual plane, and which was of interest only to registry offices and the taxman. And looking at Athena, Jesus might have replied, "My child, I have been excluded too." It's a very long time since they have allowed me in there.